Hey there, boils and ghouls. It's your friend Tats. I'm back with another video. I was asked if I could maybe give an opinion on my thoughts on the 4K release of Jaws 3. And as you saw in a previous video, I picked up the three movie collection, Jaws 2, Jaws 3, and Jaws the Revenge. And I'll get to that in just real quick. But if I could just real quick, I just wanted to show you guys something. I thought that this was pretty cool. I picked this up today and I cannot believe it. This is the entire collection. I got the entire Kids in the Hall series, and I cannot believe it. 35 bucks for all of this. My oh my. I love this show. I've always loved it. I watched it growing up and everything else. I'm waiting for somebody to be like, hang on. I'm waiting for somebody to be like, why don't you support gay performers or something? It's like, I do. Scott Thompson right there. Scott Thompson, that he's the bomb, okay? So yeah, in case if anybody ever says anything, but yeah, I mean, to get the entire collection, I could not believe it. And this stuff, it is mint, Whoever had these before, they took really good care of it. I had maybe like a couple of discs I had to clean up a couple of smudges on, but the rest, perfect condition. So, cannot believe it. So, really, really happy to get this in my collection. So, really happy. So, I just wanted to show that off real quick. Now for the matter at hand. Okay, in a previous video, I picked up the Jaws 3 movie collection, and I was asked if I could give my thoughts on Jaws 3. I know that Jaws 3 is a pretty controversial 4K right now, and I did. It took me a couple of days because I wanted to check this out, and I wanted to check out Jaws of the Revenge, and basically kind of give my thoughts on both of the 4K transfers. And I know a lot of people are saying that Jaws 3 has to be the worst 4K transfer of all the movies. I don't. The thing is, in my opinion, there's not really a horrible transfer in any of the four movies. I know some people are saying that Jaws the Revenge is the best transfer out of all four movies. I wouldn't go that far. It is a really, really beautiful transfer. It looks great. Of course, the sound quality is perfect on all of these. You got Dolby yeah, you got Dolby Atmos on these. You got DTS HD. So, but I mean, just in terms of the picture quality, like yes, the transfer on Jaws the Revenge looks really good. Especially in the beginning of the movie, you really get that. You do feel kind of the cold in Amityville Island. Because it's Christmas, the movie takes place at Christmas time, so with the snow and everything, you do get that sense of like, gives you that feeling of a kind of really cold winter. And then once they get down to the island or I think it's Florida, yeah, the daytime scenes are gorgeous. The beaches look beautiful. The green of the trees and everything really pop out. So yeah, Jaws the Revenge is a really, really nice 4K. Just unfortunately, just wish it could have been for a better movie. You know what I'm saying? I mean, in terms of the movies, yeah, Jaws the Revenge is definitely the weakest of the four movies. Now, for Jaws 3, sorry, I got sidetracked. But for Jaws 3, I know a lot of people are mad because of the use of AI. I know that a lot of people are mad because, and it is very apparent, and sorry, I'm just kind of all over the place. But anyway, it is very apparent that yes, the picture is very digitally cleaned up. The thing is, it's like when you look at versions of Jaws 3 past, you look at it on DVD or Blu-ray or VHS. Because of the film stock that it was shot on and everything, and the use of 3D, the picture quality has always been very muddy. Blurry in a lot of scenes, and there are some scenes I noticed there are some scenes even in the 4K transfer there are some scenes that do get a little blurry, but overall this really is the best this movie has ever looked. I know a lot of people are really mad about that they use digital processing to clean it up and AI, and I get it. There are a couple of scenes in there that you do get to see, like in the background, like people's faces kind of a little weird looking, but that's the thing. You got to really look. You got to really pay attention. You got to really look at the faces of the people in the crowd, the people in the audience. But yes, the movie is, for the most part, there are some scenes where you do get a little bit of grain level and stuff, but for most part, the movie, they pretty much did a James Cameron, and it's very polished looking, it's very cleaned up looking. But to be truthfully honest with you, in my opinion, this is only my personal opinion. I can understand people are mad because it's not grainy, it's not, that they use AI to clean it up and stuff like that. I get that. But honestly, to me, I'm very happy with the way the 4K looks. I think it looks, like I said, it really is the best this movie's ever looked. And I understand that there are people that are mad that, how they went about cleaning this up and doing the 4K transfer. But overall, I'm satisfied with it. I don't know. I think maybe because I had heard so many people talk about that, the the picture quality, it's horrid, and so many thumbnails coming across them, and I really tried to stay away from other reviews because I wanted to really give my own honest opinion of it. But I remember seeing so many, thumbnails, Jaws 3, the worst 4K transfer of all time, and everything else. But I really tried to steer clear of that. I wanted to try to, just think for myself. And like I said, yeah, there are a couple of little wonky moments in it. But overall, it's really the best this movie has ever looked. It looks beautiful, especially with the setting and, in the water park and everything else. And there are certain scenes that, one scene that definitely comes to mind that really, it always got to me. I remember Jaws 3 was the only movie I ever got to go see in the theater. And, and I always had a fondness in my heart for it. I know it's not the best of the Jaws movies, but I've always had a soft spot in my heart for it. It's the one movie I got to see in the one Jaws movie I got to see in the theater, and we had the 3D glasses, we had the whole experience. And I always just remember having fun with it. And the story, while it's certainly not as good as the first two, the story I thought was okay. I thought, overall the performances were fine. Dennis Quaid and Bess Armstrong, I thought that they played a great couple. And my mother hated Bess Armstrong. I don't know what it was about her, but my mother, for some reason, could not stand her. I don't know what it was about her, but just, I don't know. But and hey, the thing is like, rewatching this again is all like, hey, I know a lot of people will probably be like, why wasn't there a Jaws movie with a strong female lead? It's like, well, Bess Armstrong in this movie, she's a very strong, very forthright female character, So there you go. You got a female, a strong female lead in a Jaws film. There you go. Whereas the first two movies, mostly it was like Roy Scheider and Richard Dreyfuss, Robert Shaw. I think people would be like, you're gonna be damned to hell if you don't mention Robert Shaw. But anyway, no, Robert Shaw. The three of them, they were great, and then Roy Scheider in the second movie. Yeah, I mean, Jaws 3, you get a Jaws movie with a strong female lead in it. So, and Dennis Quaid, great actor. I mean, I don't really need to talk about Dennis Quaid much. We all know, Dennis Quaid's always been a really good actor. Louis Gossett Jr., the late great Louis Gossett Jr., the man, the legend, just always like, God, that man had such a presence to him. Whatever movie he was in, like just Louis Gossett Jr., just like, man, he was just so cool. You just loved it when that guy was in a movie, whether it's Officer or Gentleman or Jaws 3 or whatever, just damn, it was like, oh, Louis Gossett Jr. really kicked ass, But yeah, the acting is fine. The story is like not the best, but still I had fun with it and everything. And I've always had a soft spot in my heart for Jaws 3. Screenplay co-written by Richard Matheson can't be too bad. At least that's my opinion. But the sound on here, like I said, on all three movies, the sound is amazing. The sound quality is perfect. I've already reviewed Jaws 2 in a video a while back, and I think I pretty much still stick with what I say about that one. That one there is, it's kind of like split down the middle. Some parts of the 4K transfer on Jaws 2 look absolutely amazing and stunning. Some parts, like, you're kind of like, that seemed like that could have looked better, So to me, Jaws 2 was always kind of just kind of 50-50. You know, parts of it look great, parts of it not so much. Jaws 3, I understand. I know a lot of people are not happy about it, but overall, I'm happy. I am happy that I got it. And I guess maybe because I went in with low expectations, maybe that has something to do with it. But overall, just, yeah, I actually recommend it. I mean, well, I don't know if I should say I recommend it, you know, but I'll just go so far as to say that I like it. I like it. I'm not upset that I spent the money on it or anything like that. I'm happy with it. I thought it was a good viewing experience, and I get it, but still, like I said, I know the movie looks polished, but still, this really is the best this movie's ever looked. And honestly, any movie with any movie in 4K with young Leah Thompson in it, come on, man, you win every time. Young Leah Thompson in 4K, come on, every time you win. And overall, yeah, Jaws the Revenge. And Rob, in case of my buddy Rob from VHSAE2 apostrophe watches this. Rob, yeah, in case if you're wondering, yes, at the very beginning, the opening credits of Jaws the Revenge, yes, you do get to see very, very clearly and very, very plainly a lot of the trash and debris and all that stuff that's left at the bottom of Amityville. Uh, Amityville Lake or ocean, whatever it is. But yeah, he had mentioned that to me, and it's like, oh yeah, you definitely get to see it very, very clearly in in the opening credits of Jaws of Revenge. So yeah, I think I don't know if it's gotten a lot worse since it, because that was back the late '80s, I'm like '87, '88, whenever that came out. But anyway, so yeah, I don't know if it's gotten a lot worse, but yeah, I think people on Amityville Island might want to see about maybe cleaning all the pollution out of the bottom of their harbor and stuff like that. But anyway, but just overall, I'm happy about this, and I'm happy to have all four Jaws movies in the collection. I would say if I had to rank them in terms of which one has the best 4K transfer, okay, still number one, the best. Uh, this is a little bit tougher than I thought it was going to be. Okay, so number one, the best. Then number three, I know that's controversial, but I'm sorry, I'm only saying my opinion. So number one, the best, followed by number three, followed by the Revenge, and then number two. That's probably the way I would rank it. But just overall, still, I'm happy to have all four movies, on 4K. I don't regret it, and just I'm thrilled. I really am. I'm thrilled, and I can't sit here and tell you, oh, you really should get it, but just buyer beware, especially Jaws 3. So go in knowing that, yeah, they did pretty much like a James Cameron on it. They used digital cleanup and everything else, so it does look like they tried to update it and try to make it look like a new movie, like something that would come out today as opposed from a movie that came out in like the early to mid 80s. So just go in knowing that. And if you're the kind of person who, you can't stand the idea of, an older movie being like digitally cleaned up, they take out a lot of the film grain and stuff like that. If you're the kind of person you can't stand that, then I would say avoid it. If it doesn't matter to you, or you're just kind of like, well, I can live with it, I would say, yeah, go ahead and pick it up. So I think that's really about all I can say about it. Just but just I always remember, like, oh God, thinking about Jaws 3, the one part that always got to me, always disturbed me, and it still does to this day, is Simon McCorkindale's death scene in the movie, where like you see him inside the mouth of the shark, and he's being chomped down on and stuff like that. That always bugged me. That always disturbed me, especially seeing that in the theater as a little kid, and stuff like that. But yeah, that scene always got to me. It just always like, ugh, it always gave me the chills, you know. And I think that's one of the things though too. It's like right after, like that's right behind. I think so. Yeah, that is right behind the Robert Shaw death scene from the original Jaws. I mean, everybody always remembers how just frightening and disturbing and just overall horrifying Robert Shaw's death scene is in the movie. It's like Simon McCorkindale's death scene is very much a close second. So, but Anyway, just I'm very happy with it. I'm happy to have all four movies. Um, Even though I'm not a big fan of Jaws of Revenge, but yeah, I really am. I honestly am. I don't feel like I wasted my money at all. Four movies, all of them, like for the most part, they all look amazing in 4K, and that's really about all I can say about it. So there you go. So yeah, I think that's about all I can say about it. So anyway, if anybody took the time to watch this, I thank you for doing it, and I appreciate you for doing it. I honestly hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, could you please leave it a like? And if you haven't already, please go and subscribe to my channel. And that's it. So take care, boils and ghouls. I'll see you all later.